Greetings, everyone. I was selfish. I had to play the full 5 minutes. I just love it. Shout out to Art New Style. Thank you so much for the music. I will be jamming to it every Saturday. I can't help myself. But hello, everyone. Hope you guys had a great day. A lot of errands to run, I'm pretty sure. And anyone excited about Amazon Prime Day coming up? I know you are. But if you're not, be excited. They're giving free 30-day Prime trials. So hey, you can get stuff delivered. And I'm about to give you an ad. They have something right now if you spend $30, but you don't have to spend a whole 30, so just hear me out. You put $30 of personal care items in a cart, and they will take $10 off. Yes, $10 off. So that means you only spend $20 for $30 worth of personal items. And they have all kind of stuff. Organic stuff, soap, toothpaste, deodorant, everything you need. Well, not everything, but it's a really nice list. And I'm glad I was able to capitalize on that. Was able to get some of the toothpaste and things that I needed because hate to say it, but the season is changing. More people are out because they are trying to experiment with getting some of the kids back in school. So again, more people, and hey, you just got to be careful because COVID has not gone away. So just, keep that in mind. Get some of the things that you would actually need that you experience, kind of getting short on last time. Like, hey, where's all the toilet paper? Hint, hint. So get some of the things that you may need that you may not have to purchase it 2 or 3 months, I would say. Get that much of whatever you need for your household. Okay? Cool. Let's see. So let me put in the chat room here that particular deal so you guys can check it out when you get a chance to check it out. All right. There you go. Hey, Rashid, how are you? I didn't see you yesterday, but thank you so much for contributing to the channel. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes you have to work or whatever, but if you did, I hope you had a real good shift. Okay. Oh, let me see. Sure, I need to link the. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to in the ad I put here. I think it does mention that you can get your 30-day trial. I think it's in there. If it isn't, what I'll do, because me and my multitasking is not as good as it used to be. If it's not there, I will put it under the video afterwards. Okay? Cool. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. So without further ado, welcome to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage.
Classic Ruby, everybody. Classic Ruby.
Aww, you love me. You really, really love me. Okay.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you?
Good evening. Good evening. You know what? I am hanging in there. On a I'm gonna say it's like positive but not positive note because it is Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend.
Oh.
But right? But we also can't go anywhere, do anything, or get together with people. So it's kind of like, like you're used to like Thanksgiving is that time everyone gets together and you eat a lot of food together. You see family you only see like 2-3 times a year together, and it's like, oh, or we could do the pandemic. That's cool too. So you know, we're working
Hmm.
on it. We're working on it. You know, but yeah, it's so happy Thanksgiving, happy Canadian Thanksgiving at least. Yes.
Okay. Well, just do what you can. You guys can create a Zoom and have it online. I mean, some people are doing it. They're meeting, the families are meeting in a Zoom room. So
Mm.
it's I'm just throwing it out there. It's an idea.
No, that's a good idea actually, especially if you've got like cousins, younger family. That'd be definitely a good idea. Hmm.
Cool.
You know, yeah, I remember we used to. There was something we. Oh yeah, that's right. We wanted to make a video for my mom's 50th birthday. So what we did was we traveled around to all the older, not I'm not calling them old, just older, technologically challenged members of the family. We recorded the video for them on our.
Oh,
Yeah, because they can't use their cell phones, right? They just like just press a button. My number's one, mommy's is two. So, we could do that, Well, we probably should have tried to set that up. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out somehow or another, even if it's only with, our immediate families, it's still Thanksgiving. We will still sit here and, talk about the things we got to be thankful for and, eat something. So it'll be a good day. It's all right.
all right. Cool.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, I think the greatest thing is that because like I said, because we have Thanksgiving now, but we still get to enjoy American Black Friday. We get two Black Fridays. Only our Black Friday is like Black Friday week, so it'll just be all next week, bunch of sales and whatever, and they're always online. So I'm looking forward to my Black Friday number one starting like in 2 days. That's right. I got money saved. Y'all don't know. Christmas is coming.
All right. Yeah, I don't have no, really no extra anything, but some of the things that I need to get anyway, I just figured, try to hold off on those purchases. So when they have these little, things going on, these little events, that's when you go ahead and make those purchases. So that's what I kind
Exactly.
of do. So it's
Well,
like
that's what smart people do.
it feels like extra shopping, you know?
Mhm. It does. See, because I used to be like, honestly, I still get stuck in the trap anyway every year. But I always used to be like, how is it that Auntie this and Grandma that and whatever they have their shopping done in like, by like November at the earliest, like latest, November 1st? They're like, oh yeah, I'm already wrapped. What do you mean you're wrapped? I haven't even thought about going to the mall. You're wrapped. How you mean, right? I start like December 20th. Run around angry at myself. Every year I'm gonna do different. Every year. Right. But no, this year I got like, $10, $20 saved. Okay. And I'm starting with Black Friday, not just to shop for myself. I can't lie. There's a couple things I need, a couple things, right?
Of
Maybe some
course.
gifts too. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe Mr. Ruby's been a good boy this year. We got to fill a stocking with something. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, cool. No, he'll be happy.
Mhm.
All right. So I'll let you go first. What you got for us? What you got for us?
Because some of you like random thing. You know what? Okay, let's
Mhm.
start with let's start with the border thing because this border thing has been getting on beyond my last nerve for years. I mean, it was bad before COVID. I'm going to say the border between Canada and US was already getting really sketchy, which it hadn't been up until then. And I mean, I've talked about the fact that, business owners, investors, stuff like that are getting turned away at the border when they're like, hey, my legal residence has been America for 15 years. Hey, I own a home and a business that makes X amount of dollars and it can't run without me and stuff like that. And America, turns us away at the border anyway. But now you've got the extra added COVID-19 thing going on. And that
Right.
is creating some problems for some people, problems in ways that sometimes we don't even think about. So let's take a look at this couple. Now, To be fair, their legal residence is not America. It is Mexico. But
Okay.
they wanted to drive down the coast from BC to Mexico, which means they need to get through America to do that. So let's take a look at what's going on now with these people. Okay.
Okay.
For John Granthouse and Barbara Moeller, this is the extent of the places they can travel right now, quarantined at their Invermere property, all because of a short, really short trip to the United States.
We were probably under a minute for certain in the States. We never got out of our truck once.
The couple were heading to their winter home in Mexico. They have residency documents for Mexico and thought they had all they needed to pass through the U.S. The border guard said no.
He said because of the COVID, we wouldn't know where you were going in the U.S. or any of this sort of thing, so we have no way of keeping track of you.
But their problems were just getting started. They did a U-turn, heading back home. But at the Canadian border, they were informed they faced the full weight of the Quarantine Act if they failed to comply with a mandatory 14-day isolation.
We were spoken to as though we were a couple of dummies or something. And just their attitude, or this gentleman's attitude, was horrible. Never been treated like this at a Canadian border before.
According to the government, it makes no difference if someone has been out of the country for 6 months or 6 minutes. In an emailed statement, the CBSA says there are no exceptions to the 14-day quarantine period. The couple needs to get to their home in Mexico to renew their residency permits and pay the taxes they owe by the end of October. They can fly, but now can't move until their 14 days are up.
Very disappointing.
The MP for Kootenay, Columbia plans to take this up with the federal government. Aaron MacArthur, Global News.
Right. So now keep in mind they've invested in Mexico, right? Like it's not like they wanted to go on vacation and they're being irresponsible here. Right? They've invested. This is where they live now. They need to get back to their primary residence. They've been stuck in Canada for quite a long time because of COVID, but this deadline's coming up. And so they have no choice but to get back, to Mexico. And they said, okay, well, you know what? We're going to get a mobile home and we're going to travel in the mobile home. So that way we don't have to go to hotels. We don't have to do anything, right? And risk transmissions and stuff like that. We got everything we need inside of this place. So, they thought that they were doing things the smart way. Nope. Denied at the border. They should have flown because for God knows what reason, despite the fact that the borders are closed and America is turning almost every Canadian away who tries to drive, they will let you fly into the States. Go figure.
Really?
Right? Yeah, I know. I was trying to find the article because I read it earlier in the week and I forgot to bookmark it. I was trying to find that article that was talking about that basically the American Airlines can't afford to turn away our business. And so basically America can't afford to turn away us flying in. They just can't. So they are going to allow us to fly in because of business and, who cares about all the health and safety because if that's what you're so worried about, right? But what I think is crazy, they never got out of their cars. Didn't even get out of their cars. They never made it into America. They were still basically on the bridge driving across. They got to the second point basically because you pass through Canada, then you have to talk to people as you're going through the border. For people who've never driven through, first you talk to people from your own country, and then you talk to people from the country you're driving into. So they talked to people A, said, yeah, we're blah, blah, this is what we're doing, haha, okay. Now they get to America. America goes, no. Yeah, but we need to, we don't care. Okay, fine, right? I don't know. Maybe at that point, maybe they were even told that they can fly in, right? So you can't drive, but you could fly into America and or you could fly into Mexico. I don't know. So I don't know if you can fly into Mexico. I know you can fly into America, though. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were told. And so they said, okay, well, I guess we'll go back to where we were in Canada, right? Our Canadian residence, and we'll fly. That's what we have to do because we have to get this paperwork done. Has to be done by the 23rd. All right. Imagine having spoken to your own border, like not even like an hour ago. They clearly can see you never made it into America. You were denied at the border. And they say, well, you have no choice but to quarantine for 14 days. And if you don't, you will be charged the $1,000 fine per person minimum for trying to violate quarantine. Now, that's frustrating. I mean, but you can
Right.
wander around and whatever. No one's stalking you. The problem is that on their travel documents, so on their passport, it basically bans them from traveling for 14 days. So even if they wanted to just be like, who cares? They can't get on a plane. They can't even book a ticket until that 14 days is up on their passport. And then, from my understanding, I'm not sure, depending on the source I've read, some say that you have to get a COVID-19 test. Some say you don't. But either way, if they wait out that 14 days, they will be past the time that their documentation and stuff is due in Mexico, which has to be done in person. So they were put under quarantine for absolutely no reason. And now, because of quarantine, they are going to lose not only their legal residency status in Mexico, but it looks like they're going to lose their home in Mexico because they cannot travel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be a baby about this now, but like, listen, I'm the first one to say, hey, even if you don't believe in COVID or whatever, like, what's it hurting you to put on a mask? What's it hurting you to social distance? Like, stay 6 feet away from people. Don't be stupid, right? But this is a little bit crazy now. This is when you realize that things are going a little bit overboard, because if someone has never gotten out of their car nor actually crossed a border, they should not be put on an automatic 14-day quarantine and prevented from being able to save like their livelihood. Like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars. It's probably like their retirement investment. So they look pretty old, right? So their retirement investment home when they want to escape the cold winters or whatever, they go down to Mexico. So they basically lost their nest egg. They lost everything. They're losing their residency. That stuff, they're never getting that home back. Who knows how much it costs to get a new residency versus just having lost it. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
That is. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, yeah, thank you so much for sharing that story. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my next one, my story is going to be about a mother. That child was abused by a man that she was dating who would wear a werewolf mask to torture her child.
Wow.
Yeah, let me bring that up so I can read it. Okay. Boop. Probably get some ads popping up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This was in Pensacola, Florida. The mother of a 2-year-old Florida girl who was abused last year by her ex-boyfriend is now telling her side of the story. Miranda, I think that's how you pronounce her name, Mixon, was charged with child neglect. Her boyfriend at the time, Andrew Bennett Ross Salawis, was charged with aggravated child abuse, but he killed himself in the Escambia County Jail. Why he have 4 names? Andrew Bennett Ross Salas. Mm. They always have a whole lot of names when they up to something. But anyway, Mixon said her world was flipped upside down. Her 3 kids was taken away from her, but she had no idea what was happening to her youngest child. 100% I did not know about the abuse that was occurring, Mixon said. Mixon says she moved out of the state after receiving death threats. The past year and a half has been, just trying to rebuild what's broken, she said. It's been extremely difficult. In early 2019, deputies say Salawis was caught on home camera torturing Mixon's daughter while wearing a werewolf mask, burning her skin, shooting an airsoft gun at her, and forcing the child to wear a dog shock collar. Take into account that this man wore a mask every time he abused her. So in the eyes of the 2-year-old, she was being abused. She wasn't being abused by Ben. She was being abused by a werewolf character, Mixon said. She did not show any signs that he was hurting her or harming her. She said she first took her child to the hospital after seeing marks on her skin, but they told her it was ringworms. She went back twice after that and it was determined to be abuse. She said Ross Salawis never shown any signs of violence toward them. He never even yelled at us, she said. He also had 3 children of his own who frequent our house, and he was never abusive toward them. The man was a sociopath, Mixon said. Now she has a message for other mothers. You have to be careful with who you leave your kids with because people are very good at putting masks on, she said. Now I want to point out that last sentence where she have for mothers, the warning. She said you have to be careful with who you leave your kids with. Now just imagine this mother has a 2-year-old. She meets this guy, let's say 30 days. She's been seeing him. And he's in her house. And she says, you know what? I need to go over here, or I want to go over here. So we don't know why she left the child with him. Was it a need or a want? But she felt comfortable enough to say, hey, I'm going over here because of whatever reason. I'm going to leave my child with you. I'll be back. I'm not sure why she would do that because, he's not a babysitter. That's supposed to be someone you're dating. That's his role. That's it. You don't give your boyfriend, if that's the title that the guy that you're seeing is, you don't give your boyfriend your child. Here, watch him or her while I go over here. What's that all about? I was really disturbed by that. And I'm hearing it too many times where women are leaving their children or child with someone that they're dating. I'm not understanding that. What is going on? Where are the parents? And okay, I get it. Maybe the guy isn't in the in your life anymore for whatever reason. Okay, fine. What about grandparents, other family members, your siblings, anyone other than someone you just met and you're dating forever, however long? It's usually never long. It's usually about I would say 3 months tops. I really can't remember too many stories where they've known the guy for a year or something like that. I'm sure it happens, but you're hearing more when it's less time.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, my message would have been to women is just don't leave your children alone with this guy that you're seeing. That's not his
Mhm.
role. That is not his role at all. What is that all about? It's too much.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think to myself, first of all, I think a couple things changed in society, and obviously absentee parentism, being as high as it is, it's definitely one.
Yeah.
The lack of, having a tribe. There's a lot more people who are out there as not just as single moms, but literally as single moms. Like no one is taking accountability for that kid or that woman other than that kid and that woman, right? Because you don't have those families that are tribes anymore. Like we all take care of each other, we all support each other, we're all taking over someone's kids. It's always at someone's house. You hear a lot more individualism, like not my kid, not my problem, and stuff like that. So, and then you combine that with this idea that, marriage rates, it's not just the fact that divorce rates are up, which people talk about a lot, but marriage rates are way down and cohabitation is way up. This idea that two people can start a family and have a whole life without getting married, kind of normalizes, I think, the not my husband or not the father of my child, but we've been together for a while and now we live with each other. And so this is the stepfather. And, it normalizes it a lot more. Whereas if you think about it, well, before, when, either it's the father or this is a long term relationship, you've now remarried and now that's the husband. So this is part of his family. That used to kind of be the standard. But
Yeah.
when everyone's having kids out of wedlock but staying together, it normalizes that. So now it's like, well, we've been together for a year. We've been together for 2 years. Well, yeah, yeah, of course I trusted him. He's been around in her life since she was 8 months old, since she was 2 years old, whatever it is. And it's so easy to fall into that because that's what everyone else is doing. Everyone's cohabitating, everyone's coupling up. No one's getting married. No one's, really building real families. Everyone's got,
Hmm.
a kid out of wedlock or two, and that's what they're doing. So that's what you should do. And it's all becoming normalized behavior. And, when we hear these stories, we're horrified, right? And those mothers are horrified too. It's not that they're not, they just don't think it's going to happen to them. They would never pick a pedophile. They would never pick, they would be able to see the signs. They would. And, to be fair, at least this mother was paying attention because she saw some weird marks on her kid and said,
Hmm.
nah, I'm bringing her in. Because I've heard way too many of these stories where this stuff went on for years when the kid was still in diapers and you didn't notice anything wrong. You didn't bring the kid to
Yeah.
the doctor. How did you not see it? Right. But at least this mother was vigilant. She saw something wrong. She brought the kid to the doctor. Doctor says it's ringworm. Okay.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I don't
Hmm.
feel like it's ringworm. Something feels wrong about this. I'm going to bring my kid back to the doctor. I don't think this is ringworm. This like it's not really working. Or it's
Hmm.
working. There's something wrong, right? And she had like she said, no indication. The baby's still willing to play with the man, and everything seems cool, quote unquote, right? So, but she still, as a mother, she actually listened to those instincts. So I'm going to be fair on that side
Oh,
to be
yeah.
like, at least she was paying attention and she was being vigilant. She said, okay, I'm going to go take this kid. I'm going to follow up on this. But, as you said, well, why did you
Hmm.
leave your kid with the random dude to begin with? But then, I mean, and here's the question though, Shar, right? So if you are a single mom, I mean, no one plans to be one. You're a single mom
Hmm.
and you've been dating a guy. I'm not talking about the guy you've been dating for 3 weeks or, that stupidness. But let's say you've been dating a guy for a long time, 8 months, a year,
Right.
or whatever. And you don't have the tribe and the father, he's nowhere and you need someone to watch your kid. Is it better for you to hire a third party babysitter and trust the babysitter? Or is it better for you to trust the guy that you're in love with, that you trust with your life? And you know what I mean? That's where, because I'm like, I have an issue with even having to leave my kid with a stranger, but parents need babysitters. So, and it's like, on one side, it's like, man, you shouldn't have done it. But on the other side, it's like, babysitters, the nanny cam footage. You see these random babysitters abusing kids for no good reason. Just like you came in, you only have to watch the kid for 3 hours. and you're beating them and you're pushing them downstairs and just crazy things, and you're like, man, there's nowhere safe. There's nowhere safe for these moms to turn. What's the safest option if you don't have a tribe?
You know, I do agree with you, and it is a lot of if, ands, and buts. Um, I'm just sad that I hear this so often, and
Mm-hmm.
where is anybody? I mean, a lot of women, they have someone, a friend, something, hopefully they
Mm-hmm.
would have someone, a circle of something. But it is, for this woman, um, she may not have had anyone because she left town.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
moved. So it must have been really deep for her. She literally had no one. So
Mm-hmm.
that was something also to mention.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And hey, listen, this is going to show everyone this rugged individualism thing not working for the children. So, if you're not an abusive piece of crap and you've got a loved one who's in this situation, who they're single mom, whatever, maybe be willing to babysit from time to time.
Yep.
Do you, do you hear
Mhm. Mhm.
that? All right. Well, let's move over into, okay, that was so weird. A random tab that I haven't touched since the beginning of this started playing the audio of a video, right? But I'm like,
Oh
did
yeah,
you
it
hear
does
that?
that.
It's been an hour. How did that
Yeah,
happen? Okay.
it's weird.
Yeah, no, not impressed. All right. So let's talk a little bit about distracted driving laws, because I don't know. I just feel like with COVID-19, maybe people are just not leaving their houses enough and committing enough crime. And so as a result, they just need to find a way of, dinging people for nothingness more often, especially when it comes to driving tickets. Because as we know, quotas and money. All right. So let's take a look here. Now, what has happened is, and this has actually gone to like the Supreme Court now. So you can see here, right? There's this popular Twitter person. They said, "What do all three of my headphones have in common? According to a BC Supreme Court ruling, they are illegal if behind the wheel of a vehicle. Yes, this counts as holding, like with two hands, holding your phone." Okay. Now, to be clear, I want to be clear, is that even if the phone is not on or playing anything, not even your GPS, if the phone is physically off, if it is dead, but it is connected via the wires here, or even if here with these other two, it counts as distracted driving because it's counting as holding your phone. Holding, like with your hands. Because like with distracted driving, the whole thing is
Um,
you can't like hold your
okay.
phone and text and stuff. Yeah, no, that's what it counts as now. Yeah. So the BC
Uh,
Supreme Court ruling published October 6th upholds a lower court's ruling that a man, Patrick Henry Grizzlack. Let's just say Grizzlack. It's GRZ. I don't know how to pronounce that together. Grizzlack was rightfully convicted of distracted driving for using an electronic device while driving. So, and again, let's clarify that he had taken to using in the wired earphones as shown here. He had taken to using those as earplugs to kind of, silence or drown out a little bit of the highway on his way home from work because, he spends all day talking to people. And so the phone is off,
mhm.
so it's not going to ring. He's not listening to music or anything. It's dead silent. He just has the earphones in. It dampens the sound a little bit. That's it. Okay. Now, this
Okay.
counts as distracted driving. But I want to be clear about something. You are legally allowed to drive, obviously, when you are deaf. You're legally allowed to drive if you are hard of hearing. You are legally allowed to drive if you have hearing aids that are actively attached to your phone that is on. You are legally allowed to drive if you are a hearing person with earplugs in your ear to literally drown out all sound. You are legally allowed to drive, okay, under all of these conditions. But if you use headphones and use that to drown out some of the sound of the road because it is loud and distracting, and making your migraine worse,
Uh-huh.
you are technically holding a phone and can be charged with distracted driving.
Okay. All righty then.
The laws don't make sense, okay? And I mean, yes, I'm talking about BC, which is in Canada. But if you take a look at the distracted driving laws in general on this continent, just across provinces, they're all different. Across states, they're all different. They're confused as hell. And the logic often doesn't follow. Because if you're going to say that, because I remember originally, right, it was like you can't hold your phone. So as long as you have earphones in, you're good. You could have a call. Then it was like, I don't know why, for some reason, if you have both earphones in, you can be charged with distracted driving. Now check this out. If you take one of those things out, one of the earbuds out, it's no longer distracted driving now.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. So,
Wow.
what does that have to do with anything? So
Right.
I can have my radio on so loud that I can't even hear my own self think, and it's not distracted driving. But if I have wireless earbuds in both ears attached to an off phone, it's like I'm holding my phone and I'm being charged with distracted driving. I listen, this is how messed up the laws are. And unfortunately, like I said, it went up to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court upheld it. So
Oh, oh wow.
yeah, like what do you do at that point when you're like, that's freaking ridiculous? So if I can't afford to buy, the my what are those called, earplugs, or I lost mine, I just want to use these temporarily because I just have a headache today. Nope, can't do that, sir. Can't do that, man. Like what? What kind of foolishness is that? I couldn't even believe that when I read that. I'm like,
Wow.
what? Yeah, that's check your laws, y'all. Check the laws because you didn't think so. But it should, for me, I find it personally more distracting to drive with one ear than with both. And I'm talking about like when I'm having a phone conversation or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, I don't know, like let's say my friend were to scream out or something. If it's in my right ear, then I have more of like, I don't know, a feeling of wanting to turn to the right to look at what you're screaming at because, it's coming from the right. Whereas if it's coming from both ears, then it's like surround sound. So it reminds me that, oh, it's just a phone call or whatever. But yeah, apparently I should have tens of thousands of dollars of distracted driving charges because
You don't get it.
right, damn, like damn, it's not don't text and drive anymore. Like they're going a whole other way with this stuff now, just so we're clear. Be careful, y'all.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for
You're
sharing.
welcome. You're very welcome.
Okay, my next one is a recall.
Mm.
And people probably already know about it because I'm sure if you take the medication, you've already been contacted. I just found out today when I saw the article. I'm like, oh, wow. And it's a recall on diabetes medication, and it's over cancer causing contaminants. It's been expanded. Now, it was
Mm.
only for one, metformin 500 milligram, but they have expanded it to another wait a minute, take that back. Another 76. So, of course, I'm going to put that link in the chat room here because it's a lot of people take this. I mean, a lot. In the industry I'm in, I hear this all the time as far as this is what people take. And it was like everyone I talked to, they were taking this. And I had to, take time to look and like, what is this? Because I'm telling you, it was like out of maybe 10 clients, at least 6 or 7 of them was on this medication. And I'm like, what the
Wow.
world? I'm like, they, giving this out like candy. I'm like, what is this? So this is a diabetic medication or pre-diabetes, and they give this to you before you have to go on insulin. So it's one step um, before you get to taking the insulin. Um, Markson's Pharma Limited, India, voluntarily expanded the recall after it was initially issued back in June to include 76 unexpired lots of the medication. Markson's performed tests on the expired Mark's lot and observed levels of N-nitrosamolathum, which was classified as a probable human carcinogen or a substance that could cause cancer in excess of the acceptable daily intake limit, which is 96 nanograms a day. It is, let me scroll down here. The FDA says consumers taking the recall medication should continue taking it until a doctor or pharmacist give them a replacement or another treatment option, as it has been caused to be dangerous for patients with type 2 diabetes to stop taking the metformin without first talking to their healthcare professional.
Wow.
Now, to get some news like that for something you're taking, to say it's been recalled, but to continue to take it unless your doctor tell you, that's, to me, that sounds like a decision that you should make, like, hey, if this is a recall drug, I'm not interested in taking it anymore. Let me talk to the doctor and say, hey, what replacement do you have? I understand I just shouldn't just pull the plug because whatever can happen to me, the side effects or whatever, but I would like a replacement. So that is something I would consider if I was taking this.
Mhm. Oh
I mean,
yeah.
just think it was just one, and then this article came up today, and they expanded it to the other 76 forms. I'm like,
Mm.
what the world?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's terrifying. When you think about that, like, I mean, okay,
it
sure, you
is.
don't want to die from your diabetes symptoms, but at the same time, I'm not sure I want to keep taking something that's for sure going to give me cancer either. Like, does that make me crazy? I don't think so. Like, what the heck?
Yeah,
They they should have been on that. They should have been like, I mean, mailing, like, you know, I'm sure that they have through pharmacies and stuff like that the information of who's taking what when and stuff like that and whatever. You know what? You just mail stuff out to customers, right? As soon as you find that
right.
out, contact all the pharmacies. Mail them out the new prescription. Tell them to immediately stop taking the old one. Only take the new one. Return the old one at their convenience or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah,
why is it like, oh well, if you figure this out and you see this in time, well then, like, wait, what? why is
yeah,
that why is that how it has to be? That's crazy.
yeah. That that was something else. And I'm telling you, out of 10 people I would talk to, a minimum of 5 of those people was taking that medication.
Right.
So what does that tell you? This is something else. Something else. Oof.
And the
I tell you,
terrifying thing
people,
about
be careful.
right? Because, I mean, carcinogens don't create cancer. Like, it's not like, oh, well, if you take something with carcinogens in it, then, on Thursday you're going to show it. You start on Monday, and then on Thursday, oh, look, you have cancer. Like, no, no, no. No, it takes a minute, right?
Yeah, it's true.
It affects your cells, attacks your cells, and then eventually, one day you show up with cancer and you have no idea. I don't smoke. I don't this. I don't that. How in the world did I get lung cancer? Hmm. Anyone confused? I'm not confused. I know how, because the medication you're taking to improve your health
Mm-hmm.
is filled with carcinogens that cause cancer and is worrisome enough that they're actually doing a recall. Because trust and believe that they've found this out about lots of other medications they don't recall because they're like,
Right.
it's not that high. Most people will probably be okay. Like, you have to understand how dangerous this must be for them to do this recall. Like, I am terrified by this news. That's, oh my God.
Yeah. They make medication for people. Well, I would say it maybe have originally started out to help people, and then it turned into, a money maker and helping people to just a money maker. It
Mm,
seemed like it just took the human side out of it, the human element.
right.
Yeah.
Ain't that always what it is?
Yeah, usually, I must say.
Man. Go Western society, though. Capitalism rules. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. It's going to be okay, everyone. Uh,
Yeah, gonna make it be okay.
hmm All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about some white privilege. Because, white privilege is white privilege. I mean, we could pretend it doesn't exist. But, yeah. No, I'm going to say this is a fine example of white privilege. So
Okay.
we just going to tell the story. You're going to
Okay.
see what you see, right? I'm going to tell you all the extra details they didn't put in this little clip here. And then you tell me what you see and if it's white privilege. All right. Okay.
All right.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
A brazen theft at a downtown Vancouver boutique was caught on camera and has left the owner stunned since the item snatched from her store was not for sale. Through the window of the store, you can see a woman dressed in black walking away with an unusual and large item.
Right.
Furniture sat in the lobby of a City Lux clothing store on Howe on the corner of Nelson. The owner, Sunan Spriggs, posted to Instagram yesterday afternoon, and shortly later, she thanked police for tracking down her property.
Okay, now, first of all, that's hilarious as all get out. This
Right.
chick, okay, hoisted that up on her shoulder, okay, and walked with it like now,
Proudly.
right? Now, unfortunately, I wanted to show y'all. There is a video on a website called the Daily Hive. I haven't been able to find it on another website, so I guess maybe I'll put the link on the video after the fact. People can watch it if they want to see the recovery video, because they did find it, within a few hours of this foolishness happening. And I mean, what? So let's hear the full story.
Okay.
She's like, so it was just so bizarre how brazen it was. Owner Sunan Spriggs told Daily Hive in an interview. Spriggs trains her shop staff not to confront people who steal merchandise because, the individual could become violent. So on Monday, a customer saw what direction the thief went and staff flagged down police for help. The couch was stolen just before 5 p.m., and officers found the suspects and the couch in a nearby alleyway shortly after. I cannot figure out what this stands for. CPL, like it's a short form of something. Tanya Visinton with the Vancouver Police Department said officers released the suspects and are continuing to gather evidence about the theft. Visinton added the couch was returned to the boutique. City Lux, right. City Lux shared footage of the plush settee on top of a police car, thanking police for helping get their couch back. Okay, so I want to clarify for the record here, though. Now, right now in this video, and when we watch the video, you can't technically see what the top of this person looks like. Blondish hair, a black hat. It's about all you can see, but you can kind of see what this person's wearing. Now, when the police come to get the couch, and you have that short clip, that's the clip I'm talking about, I wanted everyone to see. You see a woman with blonde hair, black hat, exactly in this outfit. Exactly in this outfit. And wearing a sweater too. Exactly in this outfit. Okay. I'm saying, yeah, I don't know, but it wasn't me. I'm not the one who took it. Right? But I swear to God, that's what the video says, and you see the couch on top of the police car. Okay. So right. Okay. So apparently that was satisfactory. Okay. Now I want to clarify. This has been an ongoing issue in this area because basically what they did was, they did spend like $30 million to rehouse people who were homeless because of COVID. There's also a rampant opioid epidemic issue in BC. So, there are a lot of drug addicts, opioid addicts in that area. And so, the woman who owns the store, she was saying like, okay, listen, I'm not trying to be like a jerk about it. It's just, I'm a store owner. And so I don't know what to do to prevent this because when I lose really expensive merchandise or whatever, it harms me severely. But now if I were to say, make it so you have to ring a buzzer in order for you to even come into the store, that's going to drive customers away from my store. So, I don't know how to win. Now, when the police returned the couch to Sunan, they said that the woman, I swear to God, they said that the woman, it's so clear it's this woman. The woman that stole the couch actually is very well known to them. Was actually armed at the time with a pair of scissors. So it's good that she approached the situation the way she did, where they just saw her go into the lobby, pick the couch up.
Okay.
She went to the lobby, okay? She picked the couch up in the lobby. She walked it outside of the store, stopped, hoisted it over her shoulder, and got it into a better position to carry it, and then slowly sauntered her way.
What?
I couldn't even believe that. It was so blatant. But she said, Sunan, the store owner, and other people who were interviewed said, this is how blatant the problem has become in this area of BC, where the drug addicts don't fear repercussions, right? And she said it's mostly drug addicts and homeless people who come in and either steal things or they just come and refuse to leave the store, but they're not going to buy anything. They just want to be warm or whatever it is, right? And they don't fear repercussions. They do not fear that something's going to happen to them. And, to be fair, given this story, I don't blame them. I saw about 10 articles of this. Not only do I not see the face of that person, even though, remember, the police said very well known to them. I don't see that person's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
No name of the privileged white female who just happens to be an opioid addict and couches from lobbies. Weird. Who knows? And as every single thing up until today has printed, that they never arrested anybody for this. Nobody. Just they did not arrest all the people they found in an alley sitting on the couch, chilling it up. It's not like they found the couch sitting by itself. No, these people were chilling on the couch. She said, you know what? I'm tired of standing in this alley smoking my heroin. Let's go get a couch so we can sit down and do it more comfortably. I swear to God, this is what happened. And walked that couch to where her buddies were all sitting there drinking and doing drugs. Okay. And then when they all sat on the couch. Was anyone arrested for sitting on this couch, for being in this couch's vicinity? No. Was anyone arrested for doing drugs or drinking while on the couch? No. In public? No. Was anyone named in this crime? No.
Mm.
And I don't know if anyone noticed, but you could definitely see in the picture here. I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all noticed, but I am seeing a definite lack of melanin in this arm. I don't know if you noticed. I noticed the lack of melanin in that arm. What about you?
Yeah, it was swinging too.
Right?
It was swinging. I mean, the posture was excellent.
Right?
Wow, that's how you carry something, upright and heavy like that. You got to make sure that posture is right.
She's got practice. What I mean,
Never
if
missed
this
a
is
beat.
not right, if this is not evidence, that there is such a massive, massive white privilege stand when it comes to everything. But I mean, look at this. Drug addiction is such a serious, health issue that now drug addicts can just saunter into anywhere, steal whatever they want, and fear zero repercussion. What? Huh? Oh, well, we didn't have enough evidence to charge them. They were sitting on the couch. There's video of it. Where's your lack of evidence? I'm confused. It's not a he said, she said. There's video. The people,
They don't.
black people are in prison for life on less evidence than this. Really? Okay.
See, they didn't have. They have this thing called you fit the description and you look suspicious. See, they don't have that in this case. See, they don't use those terms, so that's why there's
right.
no arrest. This person was just tired sitting on the couch. That's it. That was it. I don't know. The end. Yeah.
Feared no repercussion. This chick had time. She lifted up the couch. She didn't run out of the store. Like, the description is so fun. Lifted the couch, just, brought it outside, stopped, made sure they got it in a comfortable position to carry, and then sauntered, stopped at the light. Like, this chick feared no repercussion. She didn't think anyone was going to stop her. She didn't think she was going to get caught. She didn't think she was going to get in trouble. She was good. Like, she took her time.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and build it up. Since you talking about, this, I'm gonna show me a Karen. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong. Everybody like a little Karen. Unfortunately, I just get upset every time it happens. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna see a little Karen.
All right. I'm preparing myself. Woo! Ooh, wasn't prepared enough. All right. Okay. Let's do this, son. Oh, God. Is there sound to this? We can't have the sound.
No sound? Did I miss the button? You think I might have missed the button? I might have missed the button.
It might have happened. It's okay.
I might have.
Yeah, I've been slick all day with it. You notice that? Not even popular. I have it down there. Right, son? Yeah.
Okay, I missed the button.
Raised. I'm not from fucking
Perfect.
California. What's up? Doesn't matter. What's up? What do you want to do?
Utah?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Back up, bro.
Back up, bro.
Fucking
What is
weirdo.
it, nasty?
Gee. Gee, what are you doing? Who are you?
I don't have an identity.
Why are you pulling up on me like this?
Do you look like I
Where
have an
did you come
identity?
from? The fuck?
Do you look like you have an identity in the Illuminati?
Bro, if you was a dude.
Apparently you have a Mercedes. That means a lot. Do you really want to be worth more than Mercedes or not?
Is that your dog? What the fuck? Come here. Get the fuck out of here, you dumb bitch. Whoa, back up. This is not your fucking dog. Not your dog no more.
And
Not
I'm
fucking
not.
raised. I'm not.
That wasn't her dog?
Well, let's say it's not anymore. Let's just say that because there's no way I would have given that dog back to that woman. That poor dog went right to the guy. He's like, "Help me, save me from Karen, help, help."
Right. That's I wasn't I you know, it was just the reason my jaw hit the ground. I couldn't even
Tell
respond.
me about it. Tell me about it.
She threw a dog. She threw it out of prison. Like it was a ball. Like she threw the
Right, or a rock or something, just anything. I'm like, what the world? And one thing I must say about the dominant society, they don't play when it comes down to animals. They would rat you out. They would turn you in. So she's gonna get it. Trust me, they coming after her.
Oh,
They are
they
coming
did a
after
whole
her.
documentary. They did a documentary on how they collectively banded across the world to catch someone who killed a cat in a bag once on the internet. With no, but they were gonna get together, put things together, and catch that cat killer. She did the wrong thing. You could attack a black person all you want, but with a dog, how dare you do that to the dog?
Yep. That's one thing. They do not play. So she's gonna get it. Now I would not have given her that dog back. I would have went to the police with my my video and turned that dog into wherever it needs to go. But no. That woman is too darn much.
Wow, that dog, that's why I was like, not only because of what he just said, right? But I also understood that he could say that, this isn't your dog, like in the context of you're not getting it back. But also, I was just like, it's the way that the dog ran to him. And just like, I'm going to come curl up at your feet and, don't worry, I'm going home with you, sir. Right? Like, screw that woman. I don't know who the hell she is, but I'm going home with you. Like, wow.
Because most of the time, even if a dog has an owner that abuses it, it would run away, but it won't like run away just totally. It will at least hide a little bit. Like, I know I live here. I know I belong to you, but please don't do this anymore. I'm just going to move over here to this corner. No, that dog took off. Help me. Save me from this Karen. Help me. That's what that dog did. It didn't even think twice. I'm out. Help me, please. Save me.
Save me, Jeebus. Save me. She was, she was wasted though. I mean, she's slurring her words. Nothing she said was remotely coherent. I mean, you were Illuminati. You're from the Illuminati, huh?
You want to be worth more than a Mercedes? Huh?
No, you don't want it? You want to be worth more than Mercedes?
I don't have an identity. and then kicked the man. Now I know that shocked him. He got kicked. He like, what the? He's like, if you was a man.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Right?
shoot, me equal left deserve equal rights. You get both of them. Bam.
Hey man, the second she assaulted you in any way, shape, or form, you're allowed to defend yourself. Now you have it on video, so nobody can say you hit her first. There's a video there. She clearly, although she tried to kick you there, I don't know if she connected. We don't have the actual video evidence that she technically connected, but we know for sure that dog hit you. I can't believe she did
Okay. Yeah, but she connected with him though with that kick. She did. Because
that.
it shocked him. He's like, what the? He was surprised because I had looked at it twice. I'm like, oh yeah, there was a connection. But yeah,
Mm.
but that's just ridiculous. And I'm gonna tell you too, I know this really is, like I said, when certain things I see, sometimes I go in a different direction.
Mhm.
When it comes to relationships, if you have a animal and your animal do not like that other person, your dog, you should pay attention to that. That's what I
Mm.
want to say on that. That dog don't like that guy. That dog don't like that girl. You might want to check out what's going on because that dog instincts, it'd be kind of keen. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true. That's true. Same thing as kid. I find like little kid instincts, baby instincts. They're pretty good
Hmm.
at that. They're pretty good at judging. Yeah, I don't want to be in that person's presence. And normally, you find out there's something messed up about that person. They don't have a soul, or they mean the child harm, something like that. Pay attention, because they're
Yeah,
innocent, and so they gotta protect themselves. So they're going by instinct only. They don't have social rules telling them, "Oh well, maybe I'm being too judgmental." Like they don't care about all that. So
right.
wow, I still can't believe she threw a dog. Like I'm so she threw a dog. Like like who does? Like I've never been more surprised in my life. Like Char, I wish my camera was on in this moment so people could have seen. My jaw hit the ground and it stayed in a perfect O. My mouth stayed in a perfect O for like the rest of the video. It's just like she she threw the dog. Did you see? Did y'all see that? She threw a dog. Who throws a dog? Like I can't get over that. Like she threw a dog. Like it's
Yeah,
oh god. Oh
Karen
my
has no chill. She has no chill.
zero chill. Zero chill.
Mm.
When overprivileged meets drugs and alcohol. All right. Because Jesus. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about a different kind of crazy. Let's talk a little bit about stir crazy. Because as you know, uh, people are getting a little tired of having to sit at home, do nothing, whatever. So
Yeah. Hmm.
some airlines have thought up of a solution to this. Oh, oops! Wait, no.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Is this one on the video too? No, see, I didn't.
Wrong one.
It's the same. It's the same article. It's just the wrong article. I know. Okay, the thing is, one of these tabs has the video. One of them had the article. So it's like
Oh, okay.
audio. Okay, so let's try this again and make sure we open the right one.
Oh, and while you're doing that, DeAndre, sometimes you can tell the way a person holds something if they're comfortable with it and they know what they're doing, like guitars. Thank you.
All right. All right. So let's take a look at how this airline has helped to solve the problem of being stir crazy. Without being able to travel because we know you can't travel. All right, let's check it out.
It may have been the fastest selling flight in Qantas history, a 7-hour trip around Australia, where you don't get off the plane at all. Demand is high. Tickets sold out in just 10 minutes. One of the pilots is just as excited to get going.
It's been a few months since I've been back in an aeroplane, and I cannot wait to go flying. I cannot wait to see people on the aeroplane. I cannot wait to see excited, happy people going flying.
The date of this flight to nowhere and back is October the 10th, and the plane is a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, one usually reserved for international travel. In fact, I flew on it on the Perth to London non-stop. This time, though, it's a long, local cruise.
So we have a fantastic day planned, which will see us depart Sydney around mid-morning. From there, we're going to head up the New South Wales coast. There'll be some great viewing on both sides of the aircraft as we make our way up. At this point, we'll follow the Great Barrier Reef for about 90 minutes, and we'll be doing some flights over certain reef marks at high and low altitudes. So it'll be great viewing for about 30 minutes at Uluru. Once we finish with that, we'll be then setting back to Sydney. Upon arrival, which we'll be getting close to sunset, we'll be doing a flyover of the harbour and the beaches of Sydney before landing finally back in Sydney.
Flights like these have become more common in recent months as people who have been under stay-at-home orders because of the pandemic are itching to get back on a plane. In July, Taipei's Songshan Airport began the first of 3 flights to nowhere, where passengers got on board a plane and it never actually took off. Brunei Airlines did a dine and fly sightseeing tour in August, and Singapore Airlines is reportedly considering a new route as well, to nowhere. For Qantas, the flight has some additional perks: food from the chef Neil Perry, a gift bag, and an auction of memorabilia from Qantas' recently retired 747s. The beauty of these flights, as Qantas says, is there's no passport or quarantine required. And it's proving the old travel adage true. It is better to have travelled than to have arrived. Richard Quest, CNN, London.
What in the world was that? You gotta be kidding me.
Right? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. During the pandemic, some people have enough money that they can afford to literally fly absolutely nowhere for 7 hours. 7 hours. And land again. Now, this is not a small flight, okay, y'all? This is a total of 134 passengers, 104 in economy, 24 in premium economy, and 6 in business class, okay? This is on a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. This is a plane that is usually reserved for long international flights, okay? This is not a cheap flight. It is not a small flight. Okay.
Wow.
Right now, I mean, the perks, so yes, you still get, your breakfast at the airport and stuff, right? And then on top of that, you get to have your lunch menu designed by the famous Australian chef Neil Perry. Notice that they didn't say cook, they just said designed by. So I don't know, that doesn't really make me feel like I'm actually getting a 5-star meal, but it's all right. It's all right. Apparently, though, because of flying restrictions, but also because of COVID. Now, this is the interesting thing, right? So they're talking about the beauty of Australia. But the thing is because of COVID, you're not allowed to move from your seat, right? Like, it's not like you can move from your seat in the middle and go look out the windows. You're not allowed to do that. So only the people who have a window seat are going to be able to see anything. And remember, there's social distancing, so they have to leave spaces between passengers. So only the people who get window seats are seeing anything. All of those middle seats that are filled are people who are paying to sit on a plane, have the fear of takeoff, the fear and, yay, we landed feeling. That's what they're paying for. They're not, also no entertainment. And they did know this. So they knew they weren't going to get an in-flight movie or anything like that. Like, they were just They're gonna sit on the plane for 7 hours. If you get a window seat, you got a middle seat. Well, hope you bring a book.
What in the world?
Right now. Remember, like tickets went like this was like 10 minutes. 10 minutes tickets went on sale, and they knew it's a flight to nowhere. Like so now don't worry, y'all. If you live in other places in the world, this might be coming to you. So the airlines in Japan and China are currently already organizing similar flights. So, if you live in Japan or China and you're stuck, and you're tired of being stuck, well, just get a ticket to nowhere, Hopefully you get one of the window seats if you book in the first 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes is just you get what you get. So
And around the world, and I just had to sit down, and that's all. You just sat down. You ain't been nowhere.
nowhere. I mean, I guess if you just to me, the one thing I don't like about traveling is flying, right? Like, I like when I get to the destination. I like all the things the destination has to offer. The thing I don't like is the having to fly to get there thing, right? That's the thing I don't want to do. I hate getting on the plane to get to Jamaica. I love Jamaica when I'm there. I hate getting on the plane and having to fly and having to risk my life for 4.5 hours. I hate that. Hate it. Hate it's the worst part. But for these people, I guess they hate the destination, right? Like, who wants to actually go to Hawaii? I just want the flight to Hawaii, right? Like, I don't know. It's so exciting to be on a flight to Bora Bora. I'll just pretend I'm on a flight to Bora Bora. Who cares about Bora Bora? I don't need the destination. I just need the airplane ride. Man, as I said, the Rona makes for some crazy things and crazy people, but hey, I don't knock the airlines at all. They're smart people. We can't use these airplanes for nothing. You want to see as a joke if we can get people to sign up for a flight to nowhere? Boom, sold out in 10 seconds. Guys, I can't believe this actually worked.
It worked. That's crazy.
Right? Just took off. So Australia is what, like a day ahead of us or behind? No, they're ahead of us, right? I can never tell what the times. I know that they're either a day behind us or a day ahead of us. So I tried to find information about now that people have landed, are they happy, whatever. I haven't been able to find any of that. I did find some footage of just the plane taking off, but not that exciting. So hopefully we'll get some updates soon, y'all. Keep an eye out for these passengers who are going to tell you about their wonderful trip to nowhere.
I wonder was luggage checking your bag free? You think so?
Oh, I need to pack my sweater. Wait, what? Pack nothing. Do you still get a free carry-on, or I don't know, pay extra for the carry-on? I don't know. These are questions I would like answered for my trip to nowhere.
Right. First luggage free. I mean, what's going on?
Right? I mean, and I understand, right? I mean, I think to some extent, which is unfortunate, but I do think that maybe people got travel vouchers or something when they did have flights that were booked, and then because of COVID they were canceled. Maybe Qantas Air, put some type of deadline on, when you have to use the voucher by, or maybe they were just like, I was only traveling for a wedding anyway. That's not going to happen. I don't have a reason to use this now. Might as well. Maybe I'm hoping some people were like that, because I don't understand having that kind of disposable income, but being willing to sit in economy. So, I don't get it. There's 134 of you who have that kind of disposable income, but are willing to sit in economy. because it's got to be real disposable if you're willing to throw it away on some middle seats to fly around and land back at the airport you started on purpose. Not because the plane was rerouted back, there was an emergency on the flight. No. 7 hours on purpose to land at the same airport you left out of this morning. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Right?
Just why, people? Just why?
If y'all know one of these crazy people and you know them online from some gaming group, something, just ask them why for me, and then send me an email. Inquiring minds need to know. I don't get it. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. That was a trip, and I'm tripped out.
Yeah, right? Boy, am I exhausted. Where'd you go? Here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am. I'm. That's it for me. This article can wait till tomorrow. Next week, next year. No, no. But that's it for me. Yeah, that's my 3. I know you were exhausted from the Karen that did it. That's very exhausting.
Threw a dog. Like I can't. She threw a dog. That people are gonna be saying that a year from now in Ruby's voice. She threw a dog. Like no one does that.
Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna end the show on that note. But I want to give a shout out to BK Hammer. He's always been supportive to me. Thank you so much. He found me today. So I'm going to play a commercial on the way out. So you'll be able to know where else I am. And plus, if you check out the videos, it'll tell you as well. What we got next coming up? We may have Wednesday. I think we're going to have our Wednesday show. I think so.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. Okay. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys on Wednesday over on Classic R&B Jams. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. And see you all. Peace.
Yes.
Join Char Willie and Classic Ruby for their radio show, Keep the Beat. They broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. There are discussions of the songs, and that can take you back down memory lane. If you missed the live broadcast, no worries. Replays are uploaded on Mixcloud. So, follow JustAskChar Advice channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive the notification when these broadcasts are uploaded.